Good morning everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today what I have for you guys in today's GTA Online video is of course a weekly update reminder because it is Tuesday, tomorrow is Wednesday. That means Rockstar will be previewing Thursday's GTA Online weekly update and event, and they will give us all of the information, money bonuses, discounts, and more. But this week we have some really good opportunities that you do not want to miss out on when it comes to money bonuses, because we have some pretty solid ones which I covered over the weekend in detail in the form of a guide. We have some really good vehicle discounts as well as limited time rare and removed limited stock vehicles, like one of the ones you're seeing behind me right now. We're going to go in depth on the customization, price, performance, and more of all those vehicles. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning back in, and let's get started. But real fast, are you looking for a more in-depth role-playing experience than what vanilla GTA5 Online can offer? Well, in that case, you need to check out today's sponsor, Grand RP, the most popular GTA roleplay server based on Rage multiplayer. And in Grand RP, you're free to create your own stories and take part in incredible adventures alongside thousands of other players from across the world. Here, you won't be discriminated against for choosing the illegal path, nor will you be punished with less money for taking the legal route, because in Grand RP, all that matters is having fun, whichever way you want. And so to sign up, all you have to do is click on the link in my video description, and you'll be taken to the registration page. And here you can select the server that you want to play on. I play on English server number 1, but you can choose the region that's closest to you. Then you'll be asked to enter your email and password, and once you've signed up, you can enter a first and last name for your roleplay purposes, and this name will be displayed above your player character in Grand RP, so choose wisely, and that's it. You're now ready to play Grand RP. Just download the launcher, log in, and you'll be spawned into a hotel where from there you can head over to your very first job and earn some quick money. But before you go, you can also check in with the receptionist and concierge in the lobby to join my Family Hazard gang, which will give you free access to the family house. And there's no better time to join Grand RP because they've just added a new battle pass full of exciting new vehicles, and you'll even be able to rent one for an entire week, free of charge. Plus, there are always promotional offers for free grand coins, so you'll be rewarded for logging in and playing regularly. And if this sounds exciting to you, make sure to sign up for Grand RP using my link in the description or pinned comment and experience a whole new side of GTA Online. Here at Simeon's, when it comes to our rare and removed vehicles at this in-game vendor, we have some pretty decent opportunities. So just starting off on the left, this is the vehicle I showcased at the beginning of today's video. This is the Vapid Riata, which is an amazing off-road adventure mobile here. As you can see, it's got super crazy suspension, shocks, coils, all that. The axle articulation and ground clearance on this vehicle is amazing. Super large wheels. You do need bulletproof tires on this, but this vehicle is going to excel in all sorts of rugged terrain. It does fishtail a little bit on asphalt, and it can roll over because it has a super high center of gravity, and it's also not super resilient to impacts against some heavier vehicles. Like, you would think this vehicle carries a lot of momentum when you crash into like a truck or something, but it really doesn't. Unless it's a small vehicle, you know, then it's fine. But if it's a bigger truck that's of similar size, like the Camacho will just bowl right through anything, even when it comes to like an MOC, funny enough. But when it comes to this vehicle, it doesn't really do that. But nonetheless, great vehicle. You definitely got to pick it up, and it will cost you $403,370 this week. Definitely worth it. Next up, Trevor's Canis body right here. You get good enough acceleration and a decent top speed. Nice and sturdy, nice and durable. Good floodlights for driving. It's going to handle really well off-road, and it's got strong brakes, considering this looks kind of like a piece of junk, but or what would be not like an exceptionally performing vehicle. It's based on the Kaiser Jeep M715, so it's super cool, got a lot of history. It's a nice robust choice, and again, you just have that open cab design with the bed and everything, so you just want to make sure that you're not getting headshotted by players or something like that. But overall, good vehicle, and it's cheap. You should just buy it anyway at $25,000. Next up, the Lampadati Pijali. This is actually a sleeper car. It's incredibly high performing. You get excellent acceleration. You can reach supercar level top speeds on long straightaways. It is front wheel drive, so that's going to limit this car's agility and turning radius and handling, but it does have super high traction. It's got good brakes, good crash deformation, just a strong contender in its respective class and category. You can get this vehicle for $400,000 this week. Next up, the Ubermacht Revolter. This is a nice sports sedan. You get a decent top speed, good enough acceleration for just cruising around downtown. Doesn't really stand out in races against its high-performing peers. It does have nice controllable handling and good enough braking, in my opinion, that, like I said, is going to make it suitable for city driving, but it's not going to satisfy any racing enthusiast, in my opinion. But if you do want to pick it up because you like the appearance, $1,669,310 price tag, which is steep for what you're getting and the performance that you're getting out of this vehicle. Next up, the Declassi Tornado Rat Rod. Good acceleration, modest top speed. It does have an elongated wheelbase, so that's going to hinder its competitive performance. You know, it's just like, it's got similar speed as the Peyote Gasser in a straight line, but it can't handle for crap either. And you get the super big, large drag wheels, so you do need bulletproof tires on this car as well if you don't want to get your tires blown out by just driving by NPCs or other players. You can get this car for $378,000 this week. When it comes to the test drive vehicles, which are rare and removed and feature back for limited time this week, we have some good ones. So we'll start off here. This is the Dubachi Massacre, but it's the race car version, so the liveries come applied to it. High performance vehicle. You get amazing braking, top speed that's going to rival modern day supercars to a certain extent, but especially like the Zentorno and the Turismo R that released back in the day with the Massacre. This will rival it for sure. The main drawback with this car is the handling. It's not as agile at high speeds, where you're going to run into some traction issues, but it's nothing that you can't mitigate. $145,000 cost, though. Super good value. Unlike the Fura GT, which is also known to have a really high top speed in the sports class and category, you get decent enough acceleration that I would say you should buy it for that reason. Same with the top speed. But hear me out here, the cost is a little bit extreme. It's $448,000, and when you also factor in the challenging cornering characteristics that it has, it's like a little bit unstable around the turns, and it also has limited damage resilience. I wouldn't say it's more valuable and worth picking up over the Massacre this week. And then we have the Western Damon. This is a really cheap bike. It's going to run you $145,000 as well. This motorcycle is going to be very similar to the Wolfsbane. Top speed is 102 miles an hour, so not fast, but it's got good acceleration, so it will hit that top speed really fast. Of course, it's not a dirt bike, it's a cruising chopper, but it does handle well enough off-road if you want to take it on dirt trails or up in the sandy shores, something like that. It's just good for, you know, casual exploration of the map while on a bike. Now, let's go over some of our bonuses for this week because they're all just really good. Here at the Acid Lab, we do have double the supplies that you can get from Acid Lab resupply missions if you're sourcing the supplies yourself, which you should really only be doing if you haven't completed the 10 Dax work and Fooligan jobs, which we're going to be talking about in a little bit, because that will allow you to get the equipment upgrade. And without the equipment upgrade for the Acid Lab, it's not very profitable even when you buy supplies because it just generates too slowly. The supplies don't go far enough, etc. So you may want to just source the supplies manually until you get the equipment upgrade. But even if you do or don't source the supplies for the double supplies this week, we do have double the production speed. So you can produce your Acid Lab really fast, get you a ton of money. It's amazing. Now, in addition to that, the Deadline Adversary Mode is a fun adversary mode you could do if you don't have any sort of business in the game. That will be paying out double money and double RP for the rest of this week, deadline 1 through 7. The Fooligan jobs, which are the Dax work after you complete the first dose mission, normally they pay out 50k. It's 100k with the double money this week. Like I said, 10 are needed for the equipment upgrade for your Acid Lab. Terabyte client jobs, amazing. These are a must grind activity for the week. $30,000 normally, $60,000 plus with the double money, and they only take about, 2 to 3 minutes, sometimes at most 5 minutes, depending on which one you do. MOC missions, these aren't going to be solo friendly, but they are double money and double RP. They're worth it to try out with friends if you have the required or like the fulfilled required bunker resupply missions completed. And then the FIB priority file for the week as well. If you do have an FIB garment factory, the black box file, which is the priority file for the week, is paying out double money. So you're not getting $310,000, you're getting $620,000 this week, plus an extra 50 for completing all the bonus objectives. Now, I've gone over all these bonuses in detail in my weekly update money guide and the weekly update guide itself. So if you want to see some live gameplay of this or the Terabyte client jobs or the Fooligan jobs or Acid Lab, reference those videos. Now, just a reminder for our vehicle discounts here, I'll go through and I'll tell you what to buy and what to avoid. I went over all of these on Thursday in detail, so you can reference that video if you want. But the Terabyte at 30% off with all Terabyte upgrades and modifications, definitely worth it. This is a $1.375 million vehicle. Yes, you need to own either the nightclub or the garment factory to store it. So acquire one of those businesses, get yourself a Terabyte, and then you can get yourself an Oppressor Mark II from there. The MOC is also worth it. This is well over $1.2 million as well, depending on the MOC cab that you get. And one's like 1.4, 1.6 million. Both of them are worth it. The MOC, just in general, being 30% off with all the upgrades and modifications also makes it worth it with the different bays and the different cabs you can get right here. You can get different upgrades, living quarters, weapon, vehicle workshop, etc., etc. But those are the upgrades and the vehicles that you can get over on Warstock. We do have one other, which is the MTL Brigade 6x6. I would just do the first dose missions to acquire this, but it is worth it. Same thing, if you do buy it from here, you can get it for $1 million on sale for 30% 30% off. It comes with the Acid Lab installation included. But let's go on over to Legendary Motorsport and check out these vehicles. We do have a couple of them. The Pfister Comet S2 Cabrio is on sale for $1.275 million, 30% off. This is worth picking up, but it does have a little bit of oversteer. It doesn't handle like a real Porsche 991. That being said, it's still worth buying. Same with the Overflod Zeno at $1.974 million. It is worth buying, but it is definitely pricey for that price point. It's not like the fastest supercar or anything like that. Pfister Growler, I would say, would give you a little bit more value than the Comet S2 Cabrio. It is actually quicker around a track. $1.138 million. I mean, you wouldn't think so, but it is. And then we also have the trade price for $854, 30% off. The classy Walton L35 on sale, 30% off, $1.169 million. Definitely worth buying. The classy Tulip M100, $1.16 million. Not really worth it. I mean, it's fine. It's not a bad car, but I just, you know, I can't say just like buy it just because, right? Otherwise, I could say that for every single vehicle in the game, and I feel like that's cheesy a little bit. But nonetheless, the classy Impaler LX on sale for 30% off, just over $1 million. Also not necessary to pick up. Same with the Willard Eudora at $875,000. Only worth it if you want to run taxi work with this car, because you can put the taxi livery and do taxi work with it. And then one vehicle that I definitely recommend that you guys buy this week is over on Benny's. It is the Truffati Nero. I would recommend you pick up two of these. 30% off, you can get them for just over $1 million. Extreme value with this car. Get one normal Truffati Nero and get a second one and upgrade it at Benny's as well. Turn it into the Truffati Nero Custom, and it's just an excellent car here. I would recommend you get both this week. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your Lucky Wheel podium vehicle for the remainder of this weekly update is the Albany Cavalcade XL. It's a really big SUV. It released as part of the Drip Feed with the Chop Shop update, which released in December of 2023. This vehicle dropped in January or February of 2024. It's pretty good. It's quick for a big, bulky SUV. Got a nice, tight enough turning radius. I would say acceleration's decent enough for, you know, just the massive size that this Escalade is. Top speed isn't super great, but it will get the job done. And overall, I think it's nice, luxury, sporty enough. Like I said, good customization options. I do prefer the Landstalker XL overall, though. I mean, this is quicker, but the Landstalker XL is more nimble and agile, despite it being a longer vehicle. Nonetheless, we are going to spin the Lucky Wheel and see if we can unlock it this week, as per usual. So let's spin this up and see if we can get lucky here. And as it turns out, we're not going to get the car, but are we going to get 15,000 chips? Nope, 30K. Okay, I will just take straight cash. Faux show. Your LS Car Meet prize ride for this week is this beautiful Lampadati Tropos rally right here. And the prize ride challenge is very simple. All you need to do is place top 3 in LS Car Meet Series races just once so that you can unlock this vehicle. Right after I record this, I am going to jump in and actually unlock this for myself. This is a beautiful car to own in this game. Super good as an off-road and rally car. Acceleration is superb. It's nimble. It's agile. Honestly, I have nothing bad to say about it. You know, maybe the customization could be a shortfall. Not like it has no customization at all, but you're like a little bit more limited because it's a rally-oriented vehicle, but still worth unlocking this week. And look how good it looks on the prize ride on like the Slam truck right there. The colors match brilliantly. Here at the Salvage Yard, of course, just a reminder on our vehicle robberies, we do have 2 top range vehicles for the week and 1 standard range. So the podium robbery featuring this Dinka Blista Conjo SJ is the standard range vehicle for the week. We have the Dubachi Champion, which is one of this week's 2 top range vehicles featured in the McToney robbery, and then the Pegassi Zaruso featured in the Gangbanger robbery, the 2nd top range vehicle for the week. So you can make a little bit of extra money from 2 top range sales. And for the gun van stock and selection this week, we actually have a repeat from last week. The battle rifle is going to be an extra 10% off this week, so it's going to be 50% off in total. This is available for all players. The stun gun's available. You should definitely buy this if you own the bail office. You'll be able to take down those bounty targets easily, or more easily. The combat shotgun is available. You can get this for 40% off for GTA Plus members. The Gusenberg sweeper, the vintage pistol, and the nightstick are also available as well. I would definitely say pick up the combat shotgun, stun gun, and the battle rifle. Gusenberg sweeper is also pretty fun to use as well. We're going to wrap everything up right here, though, so thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to drop a like if you did go on to enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more GTA Online content like this. Of course, check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, twitch.tv/Hazardous, HDTV for more daily, consistent GTA Online content, as well as pay attention to the YouTube Shorts and TikToks for short-form, rapid-fire tips, tricks, guides, news, updates, tutorials, and more if you want more than just long-form content here on this channel. So hopefully you all have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.